gauntlet
Oh.
NFL trivia do you know ball sort of thing that I'm like, I want to like quiz one of you guys on here.
Well, I'm glad you're
Questions.
leading us off with that, because I am very interested in if I know ball.
Have you already
You
started?
also
Like, we're
use
live.
plural.
Yes.
What did you say, Matt?
You said balls, not ball.
Yeah,
Matt,
no, I said, do you know ball?
Matt
Or did
being a
Shane?
child.
I'm pretty
Oh my
sure
gosh,
it was with an S. So I was like,
Matt, you're like
12. I know.
five-year-old.
It's fine.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
everybody. Gosh. Oh,
What a way to kick it
boy.
off.
What a way to kick it off.
Yeah, let's start with this. Do you know ball, Matt? Shane, let's have you do this. I'm curious to see how you do this, and then Tyler and Matt can be your lifelines here.
Oh gosh, why me?
Okay, I don't know, because I feel like picking on you.
Why not have the birthday boy do it?
No. I'm the birthday boy. Get off from this kind of torture.
Yes, you're the birthday
True.
boy, which means
No,
that
no,
you're the
no.
center of attention.
I have zero desire to be the center of attention.
Neither does your team.
You don't want to go to Texas Roadhouse and ride on the
That was really good, though.
I'm hopping
yes,
off.
I know.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
I'm just kidding.
Chargers team.
Oh, man. All right, Shane, here you go. Let's jump into this really quickly here. Number one, first question. How many points is a touchdown?
6.
Yep.
Wrong.
Number two, how many NFL teams are there?
32.
Yep. Number three, what city were the Rams formerly from?
Which one? Because
Before they went to Los Angeles.
St. Louis.
Most recently. Yep.
I'm like, because I believe they were LA, then went to St. Louis, then went back to LA.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay,
So-
name a player that has beaten all 32 teams at some point.
I'm pretty sure it's Tom Brady.
Yeah, it is.
I was like,
The only one.
I had
These
to
aren't that
double-check.
hard.
I had to double check that he played the Patriots in my brain. I'm like, did he play the Patriots?
And what
Like,
he did once.
He
Yep,
did.
won.
He
Like,
did.
He played them once. I think it was when they still had Matt Jones at quarterback.
Yep, and when he was a
That's
Buck.
correct.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, number five. Who wore the retired number 52 for the Baltimore Ravens?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Don't be cheating.
Ray Lewis?
Yes.
I was saying
That
Ray, and I was like, it's not Ray Rice. It's not Ray Rice. Ray Rice was the running back.
Yep. All right, so now, today, as of right now, as in like last weekend, what yard line do you get the ball on a touchback, on a kickoff?
On a touchback, you get it at the 30-yard line?
Someone help him out.
35.
35.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
And then, what about for the back of the end zone? Isn't it the 40?
That's called touchback, too.
Yeah, I think it's all still 35.
Oh, I thought it was worse if you like.
No, it'll
put it
probably
through
be
the right.
40
Which,
next year.
I gotta say, that's the dumbest thing, and I hate that one. I get that they're trying to like make kickers a little bit more accurate instead of just booting the ball all the way into the back of the end zone. But at the same time, 35 feels a little aggressive.
Yeah. That said, though, I
Mhm.
do enjoy a good punt play that like ends right at like the 5-yard or 10-yard line.
But also,
Same.
think about it like this. Cam Little has the current kicking record at the 35-yard line. You may just need to get like 5 yards for him to just kick a field goal.
Yeah, unless it's right before the half ends.
Oh gosh. that was a ball.
See, but there's always the risk. You do that,
Yep.
you miss, you turn over the
There
ball.
was no point.
Yep.
There was no reason not to do that, but that was 1,000% a ball don't lie. Because I sat there and I'm like, "There's no way we got that off in time." I'm like, "The
No,
half
you
should
did
have
not.
ended."
You did not. Yeah.
I was
All right,
thinking,
cool. Let me
like,
finish
the
this up,
half
and then we
should
can
have
talk about
ended,
it.
and our receivers should have gone down instead of trying to fight for the extra yard or two.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, cool. Question number 7. What is the only NFL helmet with the logo on one side?
I remember reading about this one. Oh, hold on.
You have 2 seconds.
Only on
I have 2
one
seconds.
side.
Do either of you know it? Because
Oh,
it's not the Patriots.
Yes, I
Answer
do.
now. Shane, go.
I'm gonna say it's the Seahawks, even though I'm 95% sure that's wrong.
No, it's definitely
Wrong.
not the Steelers.
Steelers.
It is the Steelers.
That was my second guess.
All right, last question. What NFL team used to share their field with a baseball team?
Oh, Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Yep.
That field was awful.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
so bad.
garbage
I was just like, why are they playing in the Coliseum?
Wow.
And now there's nothing there. All right. Cool. Now let's talk about the teams. Let's not talk about the teams that won Wildcard Weekend because we will get to them as far as the divisional round. But we need to talk about the 6 teams that got sent to Cancun and what went wrong for them and what could have changed. So let's kick it off here with the Los Angeles Chargers. Matt, I'll go to you on that one, and I need like some better analysis other than, Patriots put belt to you-know-what on the Chargers.
Chargers need an O-line. That's what
Chargers
it was.
play good. Ball go far.
Except not into end zone far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my gosh.
They
Yeah.
had so many yards. How could they get
Yeah.
that close and never put
Matt,
points on the board?
I was gonna say that was the most boring game of Wild Card Weekend, and then we watched Texans and Steelers. So
Right.
Yeah.
So my whole analysis was Milton Williams coming back was literally, it's not saved them, but really defined their defense. Because, yeah, they marched it down the field, but it's like that last drive, they started at 6 minutes and brought it down to a whole minute 30. Took them 4.5 minutes to get down the field
yeah.
when they needed to get, obviously, 2 scores. Like, clearly they struggled against the Patriots defense, which people say is not top ranked, but I'm like, I think they're solid. So it really showed that, one, it was a defensive battle. Patriots kind of really didn't start good. Like the whole first half they struggled. And then they kind of picked up in the second. So I think, yeah, they played well, but they weren't playing the same.
Sure, yeah.
Chargers. Oh, they better spend some draft picks on some linemen. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, it's
Granted,
like
they'll probably
draft
get.
picks, it's their whole offensive line is injured.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You gotta get some at least better backups than what they had.
Well, and you look at the rest of their offensive lineup. Omari and Hampton was not 100%, so they went back to Vidal for that, which I don't think helped. And then you look at their receiver core, and I'm sorry, I'm not saying that their receiver core out there is bad, but really at the end of the day, you look at those players, and old man Keenan Allen is still the best receiver there.
Yeah.
No offense to Lad McConkey or even Quentin Dropston, but it's there is work that is needed there, because I look at a Jim Harbaugh squad and I say to myself, I'm like, that team should be able to do better. Now, let's go back though to the center of it all, which is Justin Herbert. Now, there's been a lot of chatter about this, since the game, and so I want to get your guys' take for it. Shane, probably especially yours more than anyone else, because when the Chargers played the Jaguars and lost, and also when they played the Texans last year and lost, it was pretty easy to put all the blame on Justin Herbert having a pretty horrible game. Can we say that it was Herbert's fault in this game? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
There's divided opinions on it, so that's why I wanted to ask all of you guys your thoughts on it.
I
He
don't
wasn't
think.
flawless, but
Yeah.
I
Like,
would
he-
say
he-
he's not flawless, but he.
Yeah.
McCabe, do I have permission to maybe alter the question?
Sure, go for it.
And correct me as you want to, but maybe could we assign a percentage of the blame to him? Perhaps maybe 50% of the blame, or a different
67.
percentage. Ah, 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 ah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sorry, I said that wrong.
I might go with maybe 35% of the blame falls on him.
Hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's your quarterback. And,
Right.
quarterbacks find a way to win, even when their O-line is terrible. Need I say more? Let's go back to the divisional round in 2022. 1 seed Tennessee Titans versus the 4 seed Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to pull a line out of here from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times. 9
Dang.
times. And yet they still won the game and went on to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I would say, but in Joe Burrow's defense, he also has one of the best receivers in the league right now. So
Had him back then too. 2 of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at.
I feel like the number would be smaller as far as blame goes. I would maybe I feel like you're right. A quarterback should always bear some of the blame. I feel like considering the number of dropped passes, considering the number of just poorly executed plays, I do think a lot of that poor execution was on his part, but I would maybe say more like 20%.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking more 35.
And really, I mean, what's the difference between 20 and 35? So,
Yeah.
But
He
I
doesn't
would
hold
say,
responsibility, but yeah, because I still feel like, the number one, responsibility falls on the fact that he just doesn't have a good O-line.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I'd say the second most vital part I would put on the wide receivers.
And not having a fully healthy running back. I mean, Vidal's not bad,
Yeah,
but he's not
true.
as good as Hampton.
No, he's not. He's not. So the run game was non-existent. They had to rely on the passing game, and no one could catch a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty fair.
Yeah, I'll take that for Chargers. Let's move on. What about the Steelers?
Well, I was gonna make one comment.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So people need to respect the play of Drake May that game. He carried that team, and you cannot say he didn't.
Yeah, I'll get on board with
Passing
that.
and the running, he carried that team. Like,
And
he
that one
showed-
interception wasn't entirely his fault.
Yeah, it's like that happens. Like with those interceptions, I don't blame the quarterback. You got to give some props to the defensive lineman that can get his hand up fast enough. But yeah, you can't say that he played terrible. I
don't think Drake May played terrible. I think his running game showed through more than I've seen it usually in this
Smart.
game. But I don't think his passing game was as on key as I think it will need to be throughout the rest of the postseason.
Right. I think they just had a slow start. So we'll see. But yeah, we can move on to the Steelers. That's all I wanted to say. Get that out there. It's like, guys, he didn't play that bad.
No, he wasn't bad.
No, he did not.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Like it. All right. Let's go on to, Steelers. What do we think about the Steelers?
Will Howard will start next year. Because old man River Rogers is going to be. He should retire. Like,
Almost say canned.
Yeah, like
Benched.
he's gone. Yeah, they need to either draft a quarterback or whatever. But yeah, they played awful. That game was awful. Like CJ Stroud looked even worse.
Should have won that game, honestly.
Like, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
5 fumbles and what was it? An interception at least
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
When you're losing the ball that much, you should not win the game.
Fair.
It was rough.
It was hard to watch.
Well, and I feel like it was just very poetic to say, on one hand, on the side of the Steelers, Rodgers' real final play was that pick 6. I mean, that'd be interesting to see if that's how it finishes here at the end. But then on the other side of the ball with the Texans, I got to bring this up here. It's a thing of, you feel like, with maybe Matt, maybe I owe you a little bit of an apology here. But it's a thing of, it's like after the Chargers and Patriots game, I was just like, man, the Patriots are going to get absolutely spanked in the divisional round. And then I watched DJ Stroud lose the ball 4 times, have his defense score 2 of his touchdowns, and yet the guy still has the audacity afterwards to troll Steelers fans and be like, ha ha ha, you mad? Even though it's like the guy didn't do anything. I love CJ Stroud, don't get me wrong. I love that, he puts his faith first and he recognizes that in his post game and stuff like that. But sometimes his decisions making really it's a question to me. One, for why he couldn't hold on to the ball all those times in that game, but still acts like he was the best player on the field, and also feels like, even though it's only his 3rd year in the league, he's trying to big brother other quarterbacks like he did with Caleb Williams last year.
Yeah.
You should see Texans fans on social media.
No, it's been pretty bad.
They're like,
Yeah.
Everyone's like, when your quarterback has 5 fumbles and throws an interception, you should not have won this game. They're like, our quarterback's won, he's good to go. And I'm like, no,
He's him.
Stroud
It's like,
played
stop.
horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fine with you guys saying like you guys won and everything, but don't act like your quarterback carried you guys in this win.
Agreed.
And so because of that, going into the division run, we'll go get to it later here. But yeah, I have some concerns for Houston.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the game that people think.
No. All right, cool. Moving on here, because I don't want to talk about the Steelers anymore. I mean, Mike Tomlin's gone now. There's going to be a change. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
My cousin would be my sister. My cousin would be my sister.
Oh my gosh, that was wacky. except I'm going to be honest, that was a wacky one, but I will be completely honest with you. I quote Mike Tomlin quite often at work. Like, I kid you not. Like, I'll be sitting there and I will hear, like, someone will, like, recommend something to me or ask my opinion on something, and I will straight up do the "we do not care" that he did that one time when he was asked in a post game. I was like, "We do not," like, I had straight word for word what Tomlin said, and I just realized, I was like, wow, I say that a lot when I'm asked stupid questions at work.
I also went off the Gridiron Heights one when they said, and then the reports was like, oh, I'm gonna miss this.
Yeah. Well, you want to know what's funny too? Speaking of coaches that were fired, did you guys see the interview that they had with the Ravens owner about John Harbaugh?
No.
Okay, so he was asked. He was like, "Hey, if Tyler Loop had made that field goal that put the Ravens in and the Steelers out, he was like, would you still, would John Harbaugh still have a job?" And he went, "Yeah, for a week."
Yep, I did see that.
Like, he was straight like, "Yeah, we're gonna lose. We would have lost to the Texans, and he would have been fired then."
But what if they didn't lose to the Texans? What if they made it to the Super Bowl by some miracle?
Quite the miracle. Big trust miracle.
Interesting to see how history would have been different.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those weird butterfly effects. You go back in time, tip the chair down wrong, and all of a sudden, the Jaguars have a Super Bowl.
Have 10. All of a sudden, the Patriots have 1 Super Bowl win.
Which year would that be?
I don't know.
The year Brady went to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, right. That's okay.
To go to the
maybe I don't know. If we're taking like a look at this, okay, let's say, all right, cool. Butterfly effect. All right, so Vinatieri misses the kick both times. No. Here's the butterfly effect, Matt. You'll like this one.
Don't even mention it. Don't even mention it. Just be quiet.
He loses all the other ones. He wins the 18-0 year against the Giants. That helmet catch does not take place, and that's the one where he wins.
Yeah, I honestly thought you were gonna say the Tuck Rule one. It's like, dude, stop.
No. I'm not that mean.
But that does mean that the Falcons would have won the 28-3 game, and that would have never happened.
Yeah. I still think they would have lost.
I think Brady signed his soul to the devil at the halftime of that game. It's just like, don't sell my soul. We're winning this.
I feel like he did that with the last time he was in the Super Bowl. That's why Malcolm Butler got that interception. Pete Carroll was just like, yeah, you know what? Devil whispering in his ear, throw the ball. Don't run it. Not with Marshawn Lynch. Just don't.
Well, it's funny. All those interviews always say that, like, oh yeah, that was our game plan. That's what we had in place. That's the next play we're gonna play, regardless. So, like, they didn't want to change it up, and it's like, it's a likely excuse. It's part of the game plan, bro. We were expecting that miracle catch.
No, they literally put that in place because they were trying to prop Russell Wilson up to be the Super Bowl MVP with that one. Nah.
That's facts.
Yep. All right, cool. Back on track here.
Awesome.
Yep. Carolina Panthers. I feel like the Panthers need at least a little bit of a thumbs up here, a clap on the back for what they did. And I think Bryce just got his 5th-year option exercised. Like, I think I think the Panthers are gonna give him some money with this game.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd be curious to see.
I will say this. I did think it was kind of funny on our group chat before the game had even ended that Shane was like, Panthers win, Bears and Panthers divisional round, book it. And we were like, oh, that was premature.
It was. I was sad.
I was hoping it would happen, but
That the Panthers were looking so good, and I was so happy. I was like, maybe the Bears can go to the Super Bowl at this rate.
Still got NFC West to get through, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the Panthers, or no, it's the Bears versus the NFC West now.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
the Bears.
Caleb Williams just
Hey,
grating cheese on the field.
Yeah, tongue out. Yeah, that was interesting.
Hard to watch.
Did you see the Gridiron Heights this week?
I did.
The ice skating. Caleb Williams.
I did love all the bells tolling. I did love all the recaps though, with like the bells tolling, and it said, "Behold, the Iceman cometh," and just stuff like that was fun. We'll get to that here in a second, because that was that was kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome. But really good. Anyone got any other things to talk about with Panthers? No.
Nope. I don't think they're winning the division next year.
No. I'm gonna call this right now. I think when we look at the NFC. Well, I'm just going to say with the NFC South next year, I think that the Saints will take a step forward, but I don't know if it's the right time yet. Buccaneers will probably move on from Todd Bowles next year. Panthers will not be back. I'm just going to be honest with you, I think the Falcons are going to get John Harbaugh, and I think that they might be the team that steps forward for that division next year.
I think
if they get Harbaugh.
Bad call.
To the Giants or to the Dolphins.
Oof.
The Dolphins apparently have good connections with him, but the Giants just flew him out on their private jet, and they have said, we don't intend on letting him leave here.
Interesting. I mean, you can say that all you want, but
I don't
know. I can't imagine him going to the Giants.
I can't either, and here's where I'm going to go with this. So I was hearing a little bit. They were talking about this a little bit actually in the wild card game, that there were several teams. I mean, Shane, the Jaguars were in the mix for it too last year. I mean, you guys got Liam Cohen, but when the sweepstakes started off, y'all wanted Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
is who you guys wanted.
Too.
Yeah, exactly. And so the thing was the evaluation that Ben Johnson had as far as choosing where he wanted to go and coach really apparently came down to the quarterback and who he thought he could develop as a quarterback that had talent, which is why apparently that was why he ended up choosing the Bears, is because what he wanted to try and do with Caleb Williams.
I would argue one other reason as well, because that's apparently what happened with every Jaguar head coach candidate.
Oh, what's that?
Nobody wanted to work with Trent Baalke.
Yeah, okay, I can get on board with that.
Liam Cohen literally came in, interviewed, said, "Nah, I'm good. I'll stay as an OC." And they're like, "Why?" And then they brought him back to you know what? Fine, we'll get rid of Baalke. Hey, will you come join us now? He's like, "Okay, I'll do it now."
Yeah. So anyway, where I was going with that was Ben Johnson's rationale, and I really think John Harbaugh, with the experience that he has and stuff like that, he's going to take that into account too, which really makes me believe with all the holes that the Giants have outside of the potential for Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo, there's
Neighbors.
again got to get healthy after the ACLs. That's the thing,
Abdul
Scadaboo too.
Carter.
Again, if they come back healthy,
I'm
Carter,
just
I don't
saying,
know,
I'm
we'll
like,
see.
They got some big heavy hitter names in there.
I think, but yeah, okay, sure, big heavy hitter names, okay, and Bijan Robinson, Drake London, potentially even Kyle Pitts, like those are definitely worthwhile names enough to track, as far as the attraction there, and the potential to build up Michael Penix. It's probably a more safe bet than either going to the Giants, who have just literally been a dumpster fire from the get-go, or the Dolphins, who don't know what they're going to do with quarterback next year.
The Dolphins, there is no way they lure head coach there. They have like they have nothing on their team to really use, and they have one of the worst cap situations out of everybody with really no draft capital.
Yeah.
I'd be
There's
curious.
no future for next year.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But I would say that there's also some uncertainty for the Falcons quarterback situation as well, pretty
There
easily.
is. Yeah.
I would definitely say that Penix is not a solid. Oh yeah, absolutely. He'll start again. I would be interested to see what they do in this postseason. I definitely think that Cousins will stay because I think he's been a consistent enough second option to throw in as they need him. But I am definitely not sold on Penix, and I don't think the rest of the Falcons base is either.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If we are going just from if we are going just from the point of evaluating quarterbacks alone, and all we could take was based off the quarterback, yeah, I'd take Jackson Dart over Michael Penix Jr. I'm not going to lie. But when you consider the rest of the team, yeah, I take the Falcons over the Giants.
Sure. I would agree with that.
All right. Okay, back on to it. Okay, so I don't think we have much to cover with Panthers. Jaguars. Shane, what do you got for Jaguars? What do we need to talk about here?
I think it was a good game. I think, as we said, this game was coming down to a close point. There's some things which a lot of people may disagree with. The going for it on 4th and 2, I respect the call. It was a risky call, but I can't hate it because you either go for the tie or you just get up by a big score and force them to score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I think it was a well-fought game. I think the Jaguars could just kind of punch themselves in the face a little bit on this one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I feel like you made a lot of really good plays there, and I don't feel like it's like necessarily a bad game by the Jaguars, but it wasn't their best, and unfortunately, at certain times it came to haunt them.
Mm-hmm. And that all of our starting secondary players were out, so.
Yeah. Matt, Tyler, thoughts?
I don't know that I can add a whole lot to that. It just, I don't know.
It was a great game. I actually really enjoyed it, despite
the loss. I missed the second half, I'll be honest with you, but I was keeping tabs on it.
Second half was... they were feisty the second half, both sides.
Yeah.
Refs got involved at points that they should have left out, and then they let some things go that I was kind of shocked by, so...
Yeah.
Very physical game all around. It reminded me of like classic early 2000s football with the physicality.
I know, and some people were saying the Jaguars were playing dirty.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of funny.
Many people were like, they're playing dirty, like, you landed on top of the quarterback. I'm like, because your offensive lineman pushed him into your quarterback.
That's gonna something we need to talk about, though, when we talk about Broncos and Bills, is the health of Josh Allen. It's gonna need to come up.
People also got mad that Gabe Davis got hurt, and I'm like, you guys do realize that that's textbook tackling by the NFL now, is to go for the legs, basically.
Well, you're trying to avoid doing the hip drop tackle, but yeah.
Well, I mean, even like hitting them too high up in the chest is dangerous now, and they're just like, hey, waist or below.
Getting tackled is dangerous. It's just how it is.
I think a lot of people forget that Davis was on the Jaguars last year, and the player that injured him, they were actually teammates and got along for a while, so.
Yeah. It can happen. All right, cool. Let's go on to Eagles then. Can I just say this, and Tyler, feel free to back me up on this, but outside, obviously the team that I am happiest to see bounced is Green Bay, but man, it made me happy to see the Eagles lose in this one. That felt so good. That felt so good seeing them lose.
I was very excited about that. I could not have been more pleased. The funny thing is, of these postseason teams, I don't know that I'm extremely partial towards one team going extremely far, but I am very partial towards certain teams not making it, and Eagles are perhaps chief among them.
You'd rather have Panthers make it all the way?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't. Let me ask you guys, for those of you who are on social media, among other football circles. But personally, there is one social media influencer who is a giant Eagles fan that she is probably one of the most annoying football influencers out there.
Chick who's like, if the Eagles lose, I'll do whatever the top comment says.
Yeah, that's her. Her.
I don't even know her. I don't even watch her stuff. I see that, and then people will like post stuff, and then she never does it.
No. Well, actually, no. She did. Believe it or not, there was
one of them.
Yeah, she did one where. So it was funny because this is where I'm going with this, but she, did her recap of the Bears and Packers game, and she kept on saying, towards the end of the game, she was like, the Bears are the fakest team around. Like, I just can't wait for the Eagles to clap them next week and stuff like that. And I'm over here thinking, we beat you guys in the regular season, and now you don't even get that chance because you all lost. But I just think but she did actually keep up with that, because the top comment that was there when it said, oh, if the Eagles lose to the Bears, I'll do whatever the top comment was run a mile for every point lost to the Bears, and she actually did it.
I know there was.
But she doesn't often do it.
I was say the one that I saw. I hope it happens. No, just get pregnant from a homeless person. The top comment, yes.
Actually, no, I was just looking through it just now, though. This one I don't like, though, and I'm kind of like, ooh. But apparently someone said that with her one that says that if the Eagles lose to the 49ers, she'll, do whatever the top comment is. Someone said start an OnlyFans, and apparently OnlyFans commented on it.
Oh,
yeah, of course they did.
Yikes!
Going back to PG.
Yeah.
Yikes!
No, I hate influencers, so
I don't like that kind of engagement baiting.
Having fans, Eagles fans like her, lose, that felt really good. That was awesome. Yeah.
It was a good day.
And, they fired Kevin Patullo, and now we'll have to see what happens, because, A.J. Brown always asking for the ball, and, well, he dropped it every time they went his way in that game.
I talked to this point the other day with a coworker, and I don't think it's entirely his fault. It's like you go all season barely throwing in the ball, and then all of a sudden you're slinging it to him. It's like, he's out of practice, dude. Yes, he's a professional athlete. He should catch it. But it's like he hasn't had targets all season. And then he's not in rhythm or in form. It's like, yeah, of course he's going to drop the ball.
They still have practice.
Well, yeah, I know. But game catches are different than practice catches.
Yeah, they are 100%.
And
it's a real defense.
I just think he just hates it there. And he just wants to leave.
AJ
he got his Super Bowl ring, and he just needs to.
He left the Titans because the Titans sucked. So he went to the Eagles because the Eagles were on the up and up. But he wanted the same workload when he was a Titan when he came to Philadelphia, which was just never going to happen.
So where do you think he could go next? Because I have a theory as far as what
100%. It's going to be Mike Vrabel is going to bring him over. I guarantee it.
I can see it happening.
Especially if Diggs leaves. I bet you money.
No. You want to know who's going to give him a call in the offseason? Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
He's going to go to the Niners.
They'll probably swap him and Ayuk
Yeah,
It'd be a
probably.
good swap, to be honest.
Yeah,
A couple
it would
picks
work
and
well.
better swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the Niners, the team
He'll
that
get
beat him.
Plenty of workload over there.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go with the last one here with the Packers and stuff like that. Hey, can I just say though that at the end of the day, whether it was
No.
their longtime rival and stuff like that, this was just such a typical Packers playoff game.
I will
Yeah.
say,
Like just absolutely falls apart.
I love that the Packers lost to the Bears twice this season.
Yeah.
Which, Gridiron Heights. Jordan, what did I tell you never to do? You never lose to the Bears, if anything else. We lost to them twice. You lost to them twice?
I'm just glad that they lost because it's me and McKay are kind of in the same boat on this one. I just hate the fans. They're like on par with Eagles fans. It's like, yeah, when you lose, it makes me smile.
I mean, I'm
they were so mad.
Yeah.
They were so well, and it's funny too because it's like, okay, for example, Tyler knows who this guy is because we play basketball with him, but he's a really big Packers fan, and he and I are cordial with each other. We're not mean about it in any way, but like the next day when we're at church, like, man, he wouldn't even look at me.
Wait,
he
who is
literally,
this?
it's Jordan Porter. He literally,
No way!
he literally, like, he tried to avoid me in every which way, and it wasn't until, and I was wearing like a Bears tie and everything, and it wasn't until like his wife came up to me and she was like, "Oh, of course you're wearing the tie the day after too," and everything because she's a Packers fan as well, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh," their souls were crushed by this loss, and it brought me so much joy. But it's so typical where it's like the offense for the Green Bay Packers doesn't matter if it's Love, Favre. I mean, Favre's a different story, but like Love, Rodgers, the offense balls out, and the defense and special team sells. Jordan Love is the third quarterback in playoff history to throw 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in one game, and he still lost.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, it felt so good.
Still enjoyable.
So what would you attribute that to, McKay? What would you attribute that to?
As far as why he lost? Okay, so on the Packers, go ahead.
If we're looking at blame, assigning a percentage of blame, right? QB, it's almost like, hey, can you really assign blame? Or was he not risky enough and thus never turned over the ball? Did he need to have a bit more oomph to his game? But I'm curious to hear what you think.
I feel like, there should have definitely been more oomph to his game when it came to the second half, but that's just so typical Packers, right? Matt LaFleur gets a little more conservative with his play calls, and then the wheels fall off the wagon is really what it is as far as the offensive side. I mean, they went for 4 or 5 straight possessions. They went 3 and out, 5 and out, something like that. It was ugly, and that's what allowed the Bears to basically, quote-unquote, stay in the game. Because, the Packers were basically just handing them the ball, being like, here, you go win it. And the Bears wouldn't take it until all of a sudden the clock said 15 minutes and it's the fourth quarter. And then the Bears were like, oh, yeah, that's right, it's the fourth quarter. We know how to play football. The only time the Bears know how to play football is the fourth quarter. And that's the problem for the Packers, too. I don't know what it is. And it drives Shane. You said that one image you sent was summed it up perfectly. I don't know what it is about this Bears team that just sucks so much in 3 quarters of football, but then they turn into literally the dynamite version of the greatest show on turf once we get into the fourth quarter.
Football's a beautiful thing.
It's something else. All right, cool. We got to go into our matchups here for this week. We spent pretty much time talking about the losers. Let's talk about some winners here. So, Denver Broncos versus Buffalo Bills at Mile High. How do you guys think the Broncos win this game?
They don't.
And how could they?
Broncos win by just containing Josh Allen and James Cook. That's what the Jaguars were doing. They were fairly successful, but Josh Allen was able to just rip a few balls for 30, 40 yards. So Broncos have one of the best secondaries if they just are able to stop the run because the Bills have the number 1 ranked rushing offense. That's how the Broncos win, is they put it on their defense.
Yeah, I agree with that. Literally just from the defense. And I'm going to take it one step further. 2 or 3 takeaways. They have to get at least 2 or 3 to win this game. Otherwise, they will not win it.
I think the Jaguars got 1. I need to check.
I think this game's going to come back to who can pull off the comeback, Bo Nix or Allen. And I just trust Allen more over Bo Nix right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Between the
I
two
think-
quarterbacks, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like that, like 2 minutes left or whatever, and the team that has the ball is either winning or they're losing, and they have to either score or extend, or I just feel like the Bills are
I'm going to take it from the other end. I'm going to take it from the other one, and I'm actually going to say that the Broncos win this game. And I say that probably what's going to happen is it's going to be a back-and-forth sort of game, but here's what's going to happen. It's going to be the opposite. They're going to get the Uno reverse card, the Buffalo Bills are, than what happened with the Jaguars, where it's like the Buffalo Bills are going to take the chance to win, and there's going to be an interception or a turnover of some kind, like what happened to the Jags.
See,
And the Broncos defense is going to come clutch at the very end.
I think that the Jags were able to walk over the Broncos a little bit when they played a few weeks back. I think the Bills are a little bit better than the Broncos. I think the Bills are going to kind of slap them around a little bit.
I will say this. It's going to be pretty rough for Broncos fans. They're going to get clowned a lot if they lose. Not going to lie. Like, because the smack talk I've heard from Denver fans coming into this game.
I
Tyler, how is that in your house with Broncos fans?
I have to be careful what I say.
He's got a gun pointed to his head.
I
Blink
am
twice,
blinking
turn
as
anger.
quickly as I can. Take that as you will. It's dangerous for me to discuss this in public like this. I should probably retreat from my home. But the I would definitely say I think the Broncos have a good shot. In my humble opinion, I think if anyone is going to stop the Bills,
Oh,
would happen.
and
I
he
think
got
the Broncos would be the
back.
best.
You
Am I
cut out
cutting in
there
and
for a
out?
second. Yeah, you
Oh,
cut
yeah.
out like right when
Yeah.
you're like giving your point, and then it
We were
just
on
cut
the
out.
edge of our seats, and we were like, oh.
Oh, Pete's dead.
Shania sitting
got
there. She's
cut.
like, "Oh no, did you lose service when you started speaking blasphemy?"
I mean, the Broncos aren't that good, in my opinion.
In my opinion, sorry. So what I'm saying is, if there's one team that is going to stop the Bills from getting to the Super Bowl from here on out, I do think it is going to be the Broncos. I think they are better matched up to stop the Bills than the Patriots are. I think all around, I still picked the Patriots to make it, just because I think the Bills are too I don't want to say random of a team, but too inconsistent of a team.
Yeah.
I think to make it through every single challenge on their way, and I think facing the next couple of games is really going to prove them. But
I think-
Playoff Josh Allen is different.
Yeah, but he's not playing at 100% is one thing that could factor in. Here's my honest take with it. I am picking the Broncos to win this game. I have good faith in that, but it would not surprise me one bit if we are shaping up for an AFC East, AFC championship.
No, would not be surprised either.
I do kind of get the feeling. I get this sneaky feeling that's what we're going to get.
I think that
Yeah.
I say this with kindness. I think the Patriots by far had the cakewalk of the playoff seeding.
But they're all over 500. What are you talking about? Isn't that the criteria to be?
Yeah.
in?
I'm not saying that.
Over 500. Over 500. That's all I hear.
Bait,
I'm
that's
not
bait.
saying that. I'm saying they, out of every draw they could have gotten for the entire playoff schedule, I think the Patriots got the best draw out of everybody. You got a very injured Chargers team. You have a Texans team where their offense is horrible and they're going to only rely on their defense. And then you either got the Bills or the Broncos. That's going to be your only challenge, and that's for going to the Super Bowl. So,
Translation, Shane, you're basically saying that even though for the longest time you've been saying that the Patriots are like, really not actually that good, you're basically saying everyone else is booty cheeks except for
pretty much.
the Patriots.
Pretty much.
I like it. Yeah, I'm with you at this point where regardless of what happens with this Bills and Broncos game, I think the Patriots are going to be the AFC champions.
I don't think they will win the Super Bowl though, Matt. I'm gonna leave that there.
Okay. Well, it's fine. Fine.
All right.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's switch over to the NFC side. We got Seahawks and
Seahawks are gonna
49ers.
dominate.
Seahawks are going to dominate simply because I don't feel like that. Have you guys heard what they're comparing the Seahawks defense to? Like what animal?
No.
Have you guys seen that clip?
No.
Hyenas. Watch the play every time the defense swarms. A pack of hyenas. That's what they look like. They ravage the offensive side. And the 49ers, don't get me wrong, I love this 49ers team, but with George Kittle out with his torn Achilles,
Yep.
no, not enough answers, especially in the passing game for Brock Purdy to make something happen, which basically means at that point, Seahawks contain Christian McCaffrey, game over.
Have you not seen the video? Oh, I forget what that YouTuber's name, but he's basically just like, yeah, the 49ers just sacrificing a new player every week to fuel Christian McCaffrey because that's all they need.
Yeah,
That
and
was funny.
McCaffrey's like, I have transcended. I have become death. That's one thing. Well, and then Emily, being the 49ers fan that she is always just over here, like, when we did, fantasy, drafting and stuff like that, she was like, don't pick McCaffrey, don't pick McCaffrey, don't pick McCaffrey. And she would pick up Brian Robinson because she's like, it's only a matter of time. And then Brian Robinson's going to do really good things for my roster. And then, that's what she was thinking because McCaffrey would get hurt, is what she was thinking.
That never happened.
Yeah, so then it was just really funny that, I remember, we were talking about the Eagles and 49ers game afterwards, and she was just kind of she was ranting a little bit, obviously, about Kittle's injury and stuff like that. And then she just said to herself, she was just like, why did every player have to get hurt except for McCaffrey? What is this?
It's because I didn't draft him in fantasy this year. The year before I did, and he got hurt. This year, didn't touch him. He was fully healthy. This happens to me every time.
Well, I've made the mistake of really watching out for that, too. It's why I didn't draft Saquon Barkley this year. And guess what? That worked out pretty well for me.
I did draft Kyle Pitts, and that actually worked out fairly well for me.
Surprisingly. Anyway, does anyone have a counter saying that the 49ers are going to win this game?
Nope. Division rival? Never know what to go for.
No.
That's all I got.
No.
Here's my only thing. And this goes for the Broncos as well. These are both teams that we have not yet seen play in the postseason, both Denver and Seattle. And so you can say whatever you want about regular season, but postseason is a different animal. And I think until we see both of these teams play, they are as much a wild card as any other team in this playoff. And so I do say, I think it looks like it should be an easy Seattle win. But what does postseason Seattle look like? They could be just as good. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be an easy win for Seattle. I honestly think that the defense is going to overwhelm the 49ers, and then it's going to be like, okay, cool, Sam Darnold, ball back in your hands. All right, cool, go and win this for us. What? And the Seahawks offense is going to be like, oh wait, error 404. And it's going to leave the door open for the 49ers. They're just not going to be able to get it. It's going to look like that Texans and Steelers game is what it is going to look like, in my opinion.
If Seattle cannot put points on the board, there's a good chance that they lose this game simply because of that fact.
Yep. And I do believe, Matt's had plenty of comments about Caleb Williams choking, which I think are fair when it comes to the first 3 quarters. I think Sam Darnold's got potential for all 4 quarters to blow it. He's one that I look at, I'm like, he's going to choke it, isn't he?
It'd be unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Moving on. Bears versus Rams at Soldier Field. Okay, is everyone here picking the Rams except for me?
I really want to pick the Bears. I think the Rams are... Wait, didn't Puka get injured or something?
No, he's fine.
No.
Stafford has an injured finger, but that's about it.
That's what it was. But Stafford, I feel like has been hurting this whole season. So,
I am actually going to. See, here's the thing. I feel like the Bears really could win this game.
I do too.
and I feel like they should. However, for some reason, I just gut feeling don't think they will. I think the Rams are somehow going to pull this off.
Let me put it to you this way in perspective, Tyler. I'm there with you. My gut and my brain says the Rams will win this game, but my heart has to pick for the Bears on this one. And I want to lean more. And I want to lean more because I mean, come on. I picked the Packers to win last week, right? And that didn't end up happening. But for this one, I'm picking the Bears. And I'm gonna reach into I'm gonna do what Shane did last week with the Jaguars, and I'm just going to pull these stats out here, even though they probably end up meaning nothing because they certainly did for the Jaguars in the Bills game last week. And that is this. First off, the Los Angeles Rams, as talented as they are a Southern California team. Temperature in Chicago at kickoff at this game is going to be 16 degrees, and it's going to be snowing. So I want to say that maybe a little bit of that home field advantage also comes from the weather. That being said, and these are the only reasons that I'm in this case picking the Bears, otherwise I would overwhelmingly say, yeah, Rams are going to dominate this game. Matthew Stafford is 1-9 in games that are played in under 30 degrees. And Sean McVay has never won a game in Soldier Field. Those are the only ones I'm going to throw out there, just as far as statistics behind it. That doesn't guarantee anything because we were talking about the road record for Josh Allen, and look how that played out. No offense, Shane.
I mean,
but
you're not wrong. I mean,
yep.
Throughout that whole game, they were just pulling out. They're like, "This has never happened with this team before. This team has never done this before." And I'm just like, "Oh boy, it's a battle."
And again, it's just. And maybe the last thing to throw in there, too, is we have seen this season, and in seasons past, the Rams are probably the most creative team at finding ways to lose in the fourth quarter. Doesn't mean they always lose, obviously. I mean, heck, they got a winning record. They're in the playoffs. But they are statistically, they are the most creative team at finding ways to lose at the very end of the game. On the flip side, you have the Chicago Bears, who for some reason go absolutely nuts when we get to the fourth quarter. Every freaking time. I mean, drop 25 points on a pretty decent Packers defense, despite injuries and everything. I think if that was a fully healthy Packers team, there's no way the Bears would have won that. And I think this Rams defense is weaker than the Packers. So, again, what you were saying, Tyler, the Bears can win this game. They probably should, but I don't think they will. And I don't even get to watch this game. I'm going to be camping this weekend. So I'm just going to have to see what happens.
Yeah. No, makes sense. Should be.
That's all I got to say there. It should be good. Or it turns into an absolute dud. Maybe just nothing happens for the Bears. Or the Rams. Maybe they absolutely fall apart in the cold. You never know.
I'm going to try to watch that game.
Yeah.
Peacock. Oh,
okay.
Perfect.
All right. Patriots and Texans. Let's close this out here.
And I'm going to go once I say my 2 cents worth. Y'all can argue about it, and I'll listen to it later.
All right, go ahead.
So I think the Patriots are too much for the Texans to handle. Their offense is too versatile. They got the receiving core that's good enough. They got their tight ends. They got the dual threat running back. Their defense is playing really well. They're stopping the run. They get Gonzo back. He's not out. One receiver plus, what's his bucket? Oh my gosh, the wide receiver 1 for the Texans is out for this game. Nico Collins, he's out. So their only weapon is gone. So I do not think they stand a chance. Patriots won't blow them out because their defense is good enough, but they will win by a touchdown or 2 points or 2 scores. Guaranteed, 100%. That's my 2 cents worth.
Hey, before you drop, though, I got to ask, what was the Robert Downey Jr. eye roll GIF in regards to?
Shane. Ooh, they have the easiest schedule.
That's what that was for.
When they're in the Super Bowl, we'll go back to that because that's the end all be all.
I wasn't sure if that was in the middle of my monologue about the Bears and the Rams. So I was like, "Geez, man!" Like,
no.
It was when I said the Patriots had the best draw for the playoffs in the AFC.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I figured you just making that comment. I was like, oh boy, we're starting a war here, aren't we?
Yep, it's fine. Yeah, argue or debate.
I'll say this while if Matt, if you're leaving at this time, I'll say this. I'm actually in 100% agreement with that. I don't just the Texans offense. We go, nope,
So
not going to
good.
happen. It's not going to happen for that very reason. And I mean, the Texans have never even reached an AFC Championship game. So if we want to look on the historical side, I'm like, nope, they're
Never made
cooked.
it past divisional round.
Yep, I got the Patriots in this one.
Agreed.
I'm seeing if the
Jane, you want to
Texans.
be devil's advocate?
I'm seeing if the Texans can break their curse. I think it's unlikely. I think the only way the Texans will win this is if their defense scores 3 touchdowns this game for them.
Yep, I think that's a good
That's
take.
the only way they win.
They'll score a touchdown at least once. Whether it's,
that defense will score 1 touchdown. They
Yep.
need to do it multiple times in order to win.
Yep. I think, Matt's brought up this before. I think it's going to be like Ramondre Stevenson fumbles or something like that. And the Texans will get 1 defensive touchdown, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, I think the Patriots are headed to an AFC Championship game, and we'll just see who comes out on the other side. This one, once again, feels like one of the more predictable matchups. This is like, okay, I guess we'll wait and see who the Patriots are going to play. And it kind of feels that way on the NFC side, where we're kind of like, yeah, we'll see who the Seahawks are going to play. More than likely, we're probably thinking Rams and Bills, but we'll see. Could be the Broncos, could be the Bears.
The world may
Agreed.
never know.
Well, we will this weekend.
Uh,
Is that a Tootsie Pop reference?
Yes.
I pulled that one way back down memory lane.
I say that quote all the time. I'm just like, the world may never know, and I'm like, well, it's really easy to find out. I remember in like grade school we had to do a whole project. It's like, hey, you get this many points on the project, you do X, Y, Z things, and one of the things on there was find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. It was like 320 something.
I will admit that during the summers, where it's like I wasn't at summer camp or something like that, I probably watched way too much Nickelodeon, and yeah, I have that commercial memorized as a result.
Heck yeah.
agreed.
Well, cool. Well, with Matt already dropped for us, that's it for tonight. I mean, we went a little over, but hey, we covered everything. We're gonna have some really good divisional games. I really do hope.
Patriots lose.
You're just baiting him now when he's not even going to be able to hear it.
1000% baiting him.
Let's just hope, though, that these divisional games are as good as the wild card games. Because outside of Chargers and Patriots mostly, and definitely Texans and Steelers, those other ones were amazing.
Which makes me think, do we know what the top ticket sales for these games are? Who has the highest?
No, you should look that up
Excellent
right now.
question.
Here's a fun question for you while you're at it. Wild card weekend. Well, Matt's not here, so you can steal his bit. I will say this really quickly, gentlemen, because I learned this when I was doing some research for this. For the wild card game, we know which one. I think we already talked about which one was the most expensive ticket-wise. Which one do you think was the most streamed game of wild card weekend? And may I add, it also broke the record for most streamed NFL postseason game. I think they said all time, maybe outside of Super Bowl, but most streamed all time. It was like 30 million viewers.
Ooh. Interesting. Any thoughts, Shane?
I didn't hear the question. I'm trying to search.
Okay.
Most streamed, I guess not viewed, because obviously, before streaming, but most streamed play game of all time NFL was one of the games for wild card weekend. 30 million viewers watching it.
Oh, Jaguars. Bills.
I would guess, either Jaguars, Bills, or Bears and Packers because of A, how close they were, and B, just their notoriety.
You're correct. It was Bears and Packers.
Oh, I saw things saying Jaguars Bills had it.
Well, let's find out, shall we? I'll look that up.
I think
Now I want to know.
like 40 million or something.
Let's take a look.
Jeez, trying to find like just the list of all the different teams' ticket prices. I can find like one occasionally, but it doesn't list anything else. Disgusting.
We're lost without Matt.
I just don't know where Matt pulls it. I see it on like one random thing and it's like, oh, this is how much this one is. I'm just like, okay, cool. Okay. Goodness, so many freaking ads popping up. So
I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm wondering if what it was is, yeah, technically, as far as Bills and Jaguars, it did peak around 41 million viewers, is what I was seeing. But it looks like that doesn't include streaming. That's not streaming alone by itself. So I guess when you're just talking streaming alone, yeah, I guess it was Bears and Packers. So I guess maybe they're not counting cable. I don't know. It's hard to know the numbers behind that.
goodness, why do I have to pull up like every single different team's one at once?
Matt would have had this by now.
I know, because he knows exactly where to look, because he looks at the prices. I don't look at ticket prices. I'm cheap. Okay, so 100 level seats, 433 for Patriots, Texans. 49ers, Seahawks is higher at like, seeing like 535 roughly. What was that? Seahawks, 49ers I just said. Those are the only two that I'm like really getting at. Hold up, Broncos, Bills. Broncos, Bills I think might be the top one at 690.
No, Bears and Rams is 900 to 1,000. I'm looking at it right now.
Sheesh.
Yeah. With reports indicating historically high starting prices and averages exceeding $900 to $1,000.
Dang, impressive.
Yeah. It's probably the Bears fan base just going nuts because it's been so long.
It's like the Lions from last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, boy, those Lions, they were all over it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. There you go. Anything else to add?
No, but I just went to look at tickets on the NFL site and it says 404. So that means they took that specific site link down. It's like the third one that popped up. Goodness. Come on, NFL. Get your stuff together.
Really, though.
Well, with that, I mean, we got divisional round. And then it's championship time, and then it's almost time for Super Bowl. I don't care about the Pro Bowl this year.
Do we ever? At least not these days.
I care about it sometimes. I feel like a lot of the voting was really bad this year.
Yeah, maybe. But again, I think a lot of that comes from, too, as far as different teams that were doing better than usually expected. Apparently,
the Jaguars had one Pro Bowler, and it was the long snapper.
Yeah, I don't like how the NFL made the selections because apparently no other team had more votes for their players than the Bears did. And we only got 3 Pro Bowlers.
Here's the thing. How did Cam Little, who broke the NFL field goal record not once, but twice, not get voted into the Pro Bowl?
Because it's voting.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. You break an NFL record, I feel like that should get some votes.
Yeah, except yeah, I was gonna say the problem is, Shane, is he plays for Jacksonville. Not to say that that's a dig at the Jaguars, but the problem is the 2 kickers who did get in for the voting play for Dallas and for Los Angeles.
Yeah, and then it was immediately after Dicker got like the Pro Bowl selection. He just missed like a 45-yard field goal. And it's like, wow.
I remember that.
Like,
that cost the Chargers a chance at the division too. It cost them a chance at the division, and then obviously now we know what happens. Had to play as a 7 seed and got skunked.
I think that Pro Bowl voting, the Pro Bowl doesn't mean much anymore at all now, but I think Pro Bowl voting and MVP voting and all that stuff should be fixed severely.
It should be, but also remember too that most All-Star voting doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, that's true. They need to overhaul the Pro Bowl completely.
Yeah, they should. Anyway.
No complaints here.
Gosh. Have a good night, everyone.